everyone. This is Sana from Dramalogue, and I'm back again with another review of Qarze Jaan this time. I'm joined by Honeza. You guys know her. And then I'm also here with Hina. And hey, assalamu alaikum, Hina. Honeza, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. Alhamdulillah. How's life?
Life is good, alhamdulillah. Busy.
Did you guys watch? Yeah, I know. Always busy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you guys
Alhamdulillah,
watch Qarze Jaan?
it's going great, and it's a lot of bombardment of reels and videos of Qarze Jaan ending, so that's what's going on nowadays.
I know. You know what, Honeza? It's hilarious when we were talking about the last time when we did the review, and you were like, "There's like so much to come. It's gonna be so much." And then the next day, Osama posts like, "It's gonna end next week," and it was just like that was hilarious because like I could understand what was the point of the story, so that's why I was like, it's like 30 episodes, and what's gonna happen now? And then she's like, "Oh, it's
Yeah.
gonna be like there's a lot more to come. Just chill," and then
Actually,
it's not.
I thought they are gonna end it up in empowerment of Nashwa character or something like that, but the ending was absolutely different. What I was expecting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so this drama was directed by Saqib Khan and
Yes.
written by Rabia Razzaq, and it had Usama Khan, Yumna Zaidi, Numeir Khan, and then a bunch of other veterans. Deepak Perwani was there too. I think he's relatively new,
Yes.
and then there was
Sakina.
Sakina Sammo, and Tazeen Hussain, and then
Yes. Qarze
who played Asim, Faisal Rahman. So all these people were, and then in this drama, and then we did get to see some new faces as well, so the girl who played Maheen was Reshama. I
Yeah.
actually had to look up her name, Reshama Nawal, because I really liked her. And the girl who played Faryal was Anika Zulfikar, and then Fajar Sheikh as Binish.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about the whole plot, the whole narrative, and the ending?
Let's start with Hina. Yeah, let's start with Hina. Hina, what do you think about this?
So personally, it was one of my favorite watch. These days, I was always looking forward to watch Qarze Jaan, and I felt what were the strong points about Qarze Jaan was that I felt like it was something very close to it. It can connect to me, and on a level, it can connect to a lot of people, and. I thought it was a lot about at the end when I saw the end I was like it was a lot about Amar too, they dissected a person who has a lot of problems, and they dissected that how these people are actually born and raised and become something that they become at the end, and it beautifully the Qarze Jaan dealt with the complexities of trauma and the consequences of one's action. And we saw the good and evil side of it, and we saw a lot of shade of grays in there. There was nobody who was black and white. We saw multiple shades of grays. There were certain very important things which were discussed in the drama, which I really liked, which touched my heart. Was like the widow getting married again, and especially her daughter helping her getting married again, which is something not
Yeah.
very common that we see in our
Yeah.
society
Yeah.
at that age. So that was one of the very highlighted thing for me, to seeing Bisma getting married to Vessel. That was beautiful, and as
Yeah, absolutely.
that how we neglect the inheritance that the widow is supposed to get from from the
True,
family.
true.
Totally just they just ignore it because they just try to steal it from them in every possible. It happens in a lot of families, so I like that part. That was another, they highlighted this issue that it is very important to know that you inherited the money from your husband or from your father.
True.
You can't just go, you can't just have your grandmother or your uncle have it all.
You
So
you can't hold anybody else responsible for your duty. You have to do it yourself. That's your duty to pay inheritance to all the dependents. That's a good. That's a good.
voice.
Yeah, I think
You know,
you have put forth two very important points that are the main lacking of our society. That is inheritance, number one, and number two, this old age marriage concept, which is quite taboo still. That we were talking about
Is it?
earlier with Sunny. Yeah, it is.
I mean,
Unfortunately.
okay. Hina, like I know, so you pointed out all these things, and I'm glad that you did because in our hatred of Qarze Jaan, we like totally forgot. But this whole widow thing, why is it a taboo when we know that our prophet married a widow?
So
Like,
I
why is it
can
a
tell you
taboo then?
so from my own person, like my mom was a widow when I was 6, like my father
Uh
died.
huh.
I experienced it
Yeah.
really, and what Nashwa was feeling for her mom, I felt it from my mom too. My mom was not a housewife, and she has to deal with a lot of issues like by herself. And I saw her that like for the like wedding events, she will not dress up or she will not wear something very
Oh,
bright, and
wow.
that me that why are you doing this, mom? Why you can't wear a
Mm.
she was like, oh no, it's not gonna look nice on me at that time. But now I understand, like because it was a taboo at that time for her to wear like a different color. So still back in our home countries, it's a problem. Like it's a taboo. Like somehow it's not acceptable by the society
But
if you're
that's what I'm saying. Like, if it's an Islamic society and they claim to be so religious, so why are they ignoring the fact it's
culture,
religious?
it's not.
And so why are they ignoring the fact that our prophet married a widow?
Yeah,
And why couldn't like Nashwa even say that? Like, hey, our prophet married a widow.
yeah. I was like, I wish they would have mentioned this. What Sana is saying that our prophet married the widow.
A widow. And so and everyone accepts it.
Yes,
Everyone's okay with it.
yes.
I
See,
mean, we love her, right?
here I want to add one point that Arab culture is completely different from the Indo-Pak
But
culture
it's not
and dynamic.
but it's not culture, right? I mean, when you are living in an Islamic country, you're following an Islamic right, like a nikah is done, right? I mean, we don't do like Hindu or Indo-Pak or whatever. We do nikah. We do a
Yeah,
divorce like Islamically. So why not
but
do other
our
things like that too?
ancestors, were like initially from Pakistan and India. They are not from Arabs directly. So actually, they have put forth the values that the Indian culture or the Indian religion has, or the Pakistani, or maybe you can say like more Islamic values that are not like too organic, authentic like Arab culture. So that's the
Especially
main
if
that
you have
I think.
yeah, if you have a child and it's a girl, then it's again another taboo that they will not let you get married again.
And then
Yeah,
so for me, like it's like okay, they won't let you marry again.
Yes, because you have a
I
child
mean,
and then it's a
it
girl,
should
and
be. It should be this
other
way.
with your girl, it's and a lot of women have this in them as well, that they will be scared. Okay, how I don't know how my husband to be is gonna behave with my is gonna accept my daughter or not, like you
Yeah.
know mehram na mehram and all those stuff.
See,
so
exactly,
basically, like I
exactly.
want to point this out that when you have a daughter and you get married to a man, that daughter becomes the man that you marry becomes her mahram. So and then even if those two divorce again, she can never marry him again. Like she can never marry that man because he became her mahram once. So this is like Islamic law. I
Yeah.
just want to point that out. Like when people say, "Oh, she's like a mahram," but the issue. No, no, no. She becomes his mahram. And
Oh,
so I think so here I think the lack is there's a lack of Islamic understanding,
True.
Islamic education.
yeah,
Like
true,
women
true.
do not know their rights.
And it is just not in the writer's perspective, it is in the societal norm.
Yes.
That's basically the flaw with our society. And writer
Yes.
has portrayed that thing.
She just showed us so brilliantly this whole thing. That's why I was like, I was able to connect it to it, right? Because the way it got
From
portrayed.
okay, so for me, like the so I stopped watching in the middle somewhere because I was just getting really frustrated with Nashwa's character. It was just like, I mean, this girl, like all like, she's like this boring girl who cannot. Well, they're showing her to be so strong, but she cannot stand up to anyone.
But man,
Like she has no points.
the ending would have feed you better. What do you think about ending?
I hated it. like she did not do anything like so to empower herself, right? I mean, okay, so she's a lawyer, okay, and she's fighting a case, but I mean, it was just like weird. Like I don't know if you guys remember, she says that this Amar, even as a child, he did not know the difference between right and wrong. But there was at no point did she ever go back and get psych on as to see like if he needs a psych evaluation or not. I don't know how Pakistan does it. Like, I don't know if they need like psych evaluations or not. Like when you
She tried rehab center the very next day.
I mean, that was just rehab, but I mean, like, I'm talking about like, like, when you are defending someone, I mean, I guess Burhan should have done that. Like, hey, like, have a doctor evaluate Amar. And then she said that like this kid did not know between right and wrong, and then she says कि उसको कोई mental issues नहीं है, like the very next sentence, and I was like, hello.
He was narcissistic and he was drug addict. So all three of them was.
He had personality disorder.
Yeah, he was not.
I mean,
Yeah,
so I think like so
Yeah,
his
that's
Amar's
what-
character was not well written, and that was my issue with the drama.
So there is an issue that I see with a lot of writers and directors, that why don't they get an opinion from an expert? Like, for example, if you're writing a court scene, please get an opinion from a lawyer, so that your dialogue makes sense. Like, remember this whole, it was 30-minute long sequence, and it was not very well written because it's not written by a lawyer. That's not, I don't know. It was at a very emotional level. It seems like it's happening in my,
Yeah.
not in a court. Like,
Yeah.
so, and then
Oh yeah.
similarly, when you're addressing a medical condition, please talk to a doctor. It's we all know a lot of doctors and lawyers, so I would highly recommend writers to start like talking and get an opinion from a lawyer or from a doctor. What do you think of
I
this?
mean, they need to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Like that person needs to be a part of the team.
Yeah.
Because I know like there's a lawyer who tweeted actually on X recently. She's a lawyer in Pakistan, and she said that like, I just want to let the writer know that this is how it goes. Like, you have to have an opening statement and this and that. Like, this is not how it is. And it was just like this, you're just ruining it, right? No.
I mean, we are not lawyers, but we know that this is now.
But we know yeah. I mean, we can tell. And then the whole emotional outburst that he had, I did not like that at all. And then after that,
yeah, the same thing we have also observed in Neem Se Mohabbat also, that why the writers are not consulting the right people, like the doctors, if it is related to the medical condition or if it is related to the like lawyer, the respective person who have the full knowledge about that scenario. We have discussed the same in last review, right?
yeah. I mean, so he Amar should never have been shown to have guilt at all. And then he basically like sees his sister crying, and then just all of a sudden everything comes back to him. He's perfectly normal now. And then on top of that, he's gaslighting her at the end. He's like, like to the little baby, he's like, I'm gonna be your best uncle ever. I'm gonna be your best friend. And I was just like, what the hell?
So
That was so.
the reason that you felt this way is because they never showed us in the past 30 episodes that Amar and Binish have a really good relationship. They have not.
I mean, he never hugged or held the baby. He did not even know the baby's name.
asking this, the baby's name. So that's why you couldn't connect.
I mean, like,
Sudden, he's behaving like a mamu and he's behaving like a brother. Like, so that's why you couldn't.
yeah.
I really felt that scene when Binish went on this. That girl Farja did an amazing job. I
She
mean,
is amazing. She is just brilliant.
she made me cry. Like when she went on the.
She made me cry. Yes.
Yeah. So when she started crying because she couldn't speak, and she acted it so well, and then Amar breakdown at that time made sense to me that a cannot see her. If a brother has a little.
You know what really.
Mm-hmm.
What really touched me at that time when Binish was crying was Osama's expressions. Actually, I don't know if you noticed. Like he just like aankhein band karke. That was for me. That was really impactful.
I called her sister as well. So he was also like, Burhan used to do.
Well,
call her sister. So,
I don't know. And then, like he says to the judge, "Okay, my dad had never taught me." I mean, who says that?
yeah,
Like,
yeah, true, true.
I mean,
For all of your adult action, it didn't sit well with me.
I mean,
It's not okay.
no, it's
Yeah,
not. Like for me, like it would have worked if like all of this stuff that he was doing, Nami was doing, was all manipulation again, and they would have showed at the end that he's in jail now and he's trying to like come up with ways to get out.
Deepak's character didn't change at all at the end. I'm glad that they didn't.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Fine. So, and
I mean, I felt bad for him, bichara. I mean, kya kare bichara, yaar?
there was no Dadi in the last episode, which I wanted to see her, like how she's reacting to all this.
Dadi.
okay, we have
हमको कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता था.
having we discussed enough weaknesses, let's come to the strength of the story plot. How about putting this in this perspective? What were the strengths in your view?
The only strengths in my opinion was the performances were amazing from every single person performed amazingly. The whole the screens were good. There was a cinematic feel.
Yeah.
So that was really well directed, well executed.
The
And apart from that,
song and it was good. The title song.
That's not really like it that much.
It's a nice.
Perfect
It is
Mm.
kind of like it with the stuff.
Yeah, I mean, even like the last scene where like Osama and Yumna are standing there. There's like sunset there. That was so beautifully shot.
So beautifully shot, yeah.
Strengths. What about you, Haneza? Do
I
you have
think
anything
the
to add?
yeah, like I feel the most strong point was the way they have shown Nashwa powerless. Because being a lawyer, she couldn't stand up for herself. Just imagine that an ordinary girl, how he can fight through these societal things. That's what I think the main story plot dynamics where a lawyer cannot defend herself. That
For me, that did not work.
Yeah.
For me, that did not work because I don't know did you guys watch Aspas drama in Ramadan drama Aspas?
I would watch that.
It's amazing. You should watch it. So they show a girl who's similar traumatic situation. Her dad's like gone and her mom's like living in this house where like everyone's controlling her, but she's not like Nashwa at all. Like she's standing up for her rights.
Nashwa started off with a very strong-headed character until the
But she
middle
was
of the
never
drama
like.
she was. But the way they have shown the twist and turn of her character, like she become powerless all of a sudden, that was, I think, little bit off or maybe different for me. Not off actually, but I found it like a really striking thing as a viewer.
I don't know. It did not make sense to me, especially in this world, that Bisma could not get married. I mean, she can easily walk out the door, go next door, sit there, and not come back. Who's gonna bring her back forcefully?
Yeah.
I'm sure Bakhdar uncle will not go and like drag her back.
True.
I mean, I don't understand.
True.
And Asim can take her to America, wherever he came from.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
true,
all they have to do.
True.
Why she was clinging on to such a toxic family where she was not even welcomed properly. I
mean,
get this.
I think Bisma and Nashwa both have psych issues, and they loved being the victim. Like they just loved everyone thinking, oh my bichare. That I think that's how they were. Like, they just wanted to be the victims.
Yeah,
Must believe.
that's true.
Like
They were really.
The scenario was very simple. They could have walked away with dignity and grace.
I mean, you have a willing man to marry. That's all you need. Okay. I don't understand.
I mean, you're a mature adult. You can just go to any court and get married. I mean, you don't need. I think
You don't need anything. Like she can just go next door and that's it.
Yeah.
You just need a willing man. That's it.
See,
I think she wanted to be with the consent of the her in-laws. Like that's what she was.
I mean,
Bisma, I don't-
Bakhtiar is nothing to her. Like he's not even her
He's
mahram
actually
from
I he's abusing her. Like, you have to get rid of that
He was abusing her
house.
too, right? Exactly.
He was,
Jeez.
yeah,
No, they have
Yeah.
shown this here that the boundary or the resistance is inside the mind. This is what they have shown, that they are free to do anything, but due to the societal, due to their brought up, they are thinking like we are entangled with the family. I mean, that is not even your own family. Just let it go. But that is what our society has
Yeah.
been taught us for a long time. That you
But
have to
Nashwa could
be
not.
toxic. Yeah, it shouldn't be like this. Yeah, it shouldn't.
I mean, Nashwa was educated, but man,
yeah.
she's so annoying. She had not a funny bone in her body. Like, I don't think she ever smiled in the entire drama. Do you remember
That
her
was a
laughing and
character.
saying some?
Yeah.
And
Was she
imagine
ever
her.
funny?
I'm saying we have a really handsome barrister Burhan sitting next to me. How could you not smile? And
I know, and I'm like, okay, you have this handsome guy. You should be like calling
yeah,
him and texting him and this, like be a normal person, man. Like,
No, no, no. See, it was shown that if she was raised by the single mother in a toxic family, how the person becomes eventually. That is shown here. I
yes,
mean,
so she had side
yeah,
issues.
yes. Nashwa has PTSD. She was traumatized.
Yeah,
I mean, she had baggage for sure, and she was never
she had
shown a
baggage.
very
Yeah,
right character. She was always a great character. She was shown that she was strong sometimes. Sometimes when her like family overpowers her, then she's like she crashes at that moment. She will lose the
yeah. And the other thing was like, Mahin's case was just brushed under the rug for the longest time. And at the end, they just brought it up. Oh yeah, Mahin ko bhi kiya tha maine. But we don't know who killed
I mean,
Mahin. Did he kill Mahin too?
he was a rapist. I mean, to begin with, I mean that was such a big thing. But the way,
Yeah.
so I understand the way family behaved on this, but I couldn't take like how Nashwa being a lawyer, but she tried to open up her case, and then Mahin took her case back, and then her accident happened. Nobody,
But then she married him.
yeah. So did you guys felt that people they have glorified Amar, or no? This is a
Of
big
course.
topic.
Yeah, this is what it is. This is how you glorify Amar.
People have a feeling for Amar, and which we don't want. We don't want. No, he's
Yeah,
a
so
criminal.
that's this is what they wanted to do to have sympathy for Amar. That's why they made him cry like a baby, at the stand, like have the scene with his sister, because they wanted to invoke sympathy,
Yeah, no,
which is so wrong.
which is so wrong. So that's where the message gets really really messed up at the end.
No, yeah, exactly.
We have no sympathy for Amar. We know everybody has their,
Yeah,
like, everybody goes through so much in their lives, but you make your own choices and you're responsible for your
right.
choices.
Like the rape was premeditated, because he took her there. He told them to like put the drugs in her glass. So where does the whole like I was high on drugs, so I raped,
yeah.
and then the
But
murder was
actually, it
murder
was
tha
shown
anger
that
ki wajah se.
no, but
So
Soma,
Papa ne डांटा.
it was shown that he was not mature enough to deal with his own age and with his own self. That is shown, like how reckless a person can be if you are
And his
having
dad,
these
like
kind
to his dad's credit, like he did try to like say कि तुम क्या कर रहे हो, responsible बनो, और क्या बोले बेचारा.
you guys remember that scene where they were talking and they were saying that it's like karma. It's like things come back to you in the form of your own kids. And I
Yeah,
felt somewhere that's true. That whatever you do with other people, whatever they did with Nashma and Bisma, eventually it came back. So,
I don't
yeah.
think that happens in like I don't think so I don't know if you know about like I don't know about this drama, but like in real life it doesn't happen, because Allah has said that in the Quran that nobody will bear the burden of another person's sins. So I don't believe like Allah takes revenge like that.
No, it's not revenge.
Sweet.
It's not revenge actually. If you do good, good will come back. If you do bad, bad will come back. It's like that.
But not through another person's, like another person going through bad as well.
Yeah, that can
You
be a
know.
debate, but I guess writer has put forth very minute detail in this where we can debate
Mm-hmm.
about the characters. Yeah.
Hmm. I mean, I did not like Nashwa's character at all. Like she was one female lead that I did not like.
She disappointed you. Did she?
Rest of like strong in their opinions and everything. They kind of like their character arc remained the same. Nashwa's character was like initially shown like very like
Strong
some
habit.
strong, and then all of a sudden you saw the dip, and all of a sudden she got
But
black by
she
her.
never like if you're a strong person, at least show they bring a vulnerable side to that character. Show her to be human. Nashwa looks like a robot, like a programmed robot. I don't think she loved Burhan ever. Like even like the last scene, it was all Burhan. Like she was just like I don't know what she was saying. Like ke pata nahi ke kuch do, something like that. Like remember when she said that evidence do lake and this and that. What like I mean, there's like nothing romantic.
So people wanted more of like Nashwa and Burhan at the end. So there's the last two
She can
episodes
never romance,
get
man.
occupied by Amar, and which I like a lot of people wanted more of like Nashwa and Burhan at the end too.
But she could never romance Burhan. Not the way she is. Like she could not do it. And so I wanted Burhan and Binish to be together at the end. But
Burhan and
like,
Venus. Interesting.
yes. Yeah. They would have looked so cute together. And there was another positive about the drama is that I liked the way they showed a hijabi girl. They didn't show her to be like they showed her to be a normal person.
Oh yeah.
Because most of the time they're just shown as stereotypes and this and that. Like here was just like a normal person. So that's what I liked about the drama.
And what do you think
So
about the overall aesthetic of the drama, like the dressing of Usama Khan and the other actors, and what do you think? What's your take on this?
we have another Asama Khan fan here. So
Oh yeah. So
Well,
I have
where
something
our
to
viewers are, lot of viewers are.
I have seen few of Sama's drama, and this is the first time I'm not afraid to say that, but this is the first time I was like, oh my gosh, who's this guy? Like, I didn't know that he can look like this. I mean, he's a good looking guy, but this whole drama, like this whole, he looked like absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
he looked like a different person. I mean, I think it's more of Sama and the proper director, I guess, because in his previous dramas, I didn't find him that charming. The way he has a lot of physicians fan following here. A lot of girls were fan girling over him on different. Because we have
I liked Osama and Fatima Fang. I think he was really charming in that one too.
Mhm.
Yeah, but Osama, I think also what it was his dressing as well as the way he carried himself also contributed.
Yeah.
Like he was really subtle. He was like the only one who was not chaotic.
He looked like Mr. Burhan to me. Like the whole
Yes, yeah.
imagination, like he looked
Like
like
the
Barrister.
whole like aura that he created around himself was really nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And what about Numeir Khan? I think these two
Numeir Khan was
leads were, and Yumna Zaidi we have already discussed. Numeir Khan was also good.
Yumna
Like
Zaidi,
in
this
the
was not her best performance, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah,
yeah.
it
For
was Yumna's
Nameer.
best performance, but Numeir Khan was good. In the ending, he acted
Nam-
very well. That pool scene was good.
I think he did well in the beginning, but like the last scenes, it did not work for me. I think he was too emotional. It was just like I did not feel anything in those scenes for him. So
It was
initially
too
he
deep
was
to
good.
bear.
I'm sorry, what?
It was too deep to bear actually as an audience. It was very deep, like Numair was going forever, and how Nashwa was being clueless. Like she was expressionless in the end. I felt she should have shown some expressions or anything like that. Actually, Nashwa's character was, I don't know if that was a requirement of the character or she was acting this way, but she was expressionless in the ending.
Yeah. And then no, at the end she smiles at like at Amar. What was that about?
Yeah, I don't get that
When Amar said
expression.
that you're a great lawyer, then she's like, oh, okay, thank you. What was that about?
As an audience, I couldn't process it well. Nashwa's emotions in the end, like how she's feeling, it was confusing.
It was always confusing from day one.
Is it Nashwa
Nashwa.
or it was Yumna Zaidi?
I think we are breaking all the norms and barriers. The pro Nashwa character people are gonna have bombardment in the comments like, what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And she has
Yeah.
a big fan
Unfortunately,
following too.
He has a big fan following,
yeah,
but you know,
she is very good in the other topics. Yumna Zaidi is very good with Simpe Ahan with lot of previous projects, but right now this project was not going. In the Gentleman, she was good. Even in the Gentleman, she acted very well. But I don't know why this project was not going with this with her
Mhm.
persona.
uh, but she did look pretty in this. I mean, she is pretty, but
She
she
is
did
pretty,
look.
yeah, she
She
is.
looked nice. She looked
Oh
nice.
Yeah,
yeah.
aesthetics are great.
Yeah,
We are
aesthetic.
more
Oh
like
yeah. Like it
looking.
was the frames were beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. Uh,
Only drama watch on my phone because of the aesthetics and the whole screen. I want to have the whole experience. So I will always play it on my TV. Like I will never watch it on my
Mm.
anything because
Really?
yeah, but I'll take out time to watch it because of the aesthetics. So that's why it's
yeah,
Mm.
really known that these things matter. I mean, we are smart audience. We are not.
Mm.
We
Saudi
feel
Khan is
No,
colors
very
I
and
just
good
I
in
just
it.
watched it on the phone.
we appreciate it.
So I so I guess we can like end our review here. It's been like 45 minutes. So we're gonna be back with another review of another drama soon, inshallah. And so it's a goodbye from us. And do let us know how our review was, and do subscribe and share as well. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.
Bye.